From a team standpoint, Bentonville could be getting their biggest competition from Olathe West in Kansas. Olathe West is the number 3 ranked team in the Heartland section by Dystat. Of course, a great job that Doug Binder and Eric Bull do there. Bentonville is the number 27 ranked team in the country on the men's side, by the way. And Olathe West, the number 30th ranked team in the country on the women's side. So we should see a good battle here between Olathe West and Bentonville. Yesterday we saw 4 blowout races on the individual side, so perhaps we might get a good mano-a-mano clash in some of these high school races or junior high races today. Just a beautiful day out here, and luckily they are competing in the morning because it is supposed to get up to about 88 degrees this afternoon. And we'll see if there's going to be some team running. Certainly want to look for the Olathe West group to be at or near the front. Over 300 runners here navigating this course. And that looks like it's Bella Nelson of Owasso in the slight lead. A little bit hard to tell. Certainly nobody's running off and hiding from the rest of the field, as we saw in a couple of instances in yesterday's collegiate race. Again, these El Caliente races are the fastest races, unfortunately, in the early part of the day. So they get the benefit of the best weather, the best conditions. Course looks pretty good from yesterday's pounding. And that is indeed Bella Nelson of Owasso. Also up there is Morgan Kirkland from Edmond North. And we'll have splits for you at the 1 mile marker here. And you can see the peloton of runners in this elite section. Course is a bit undulating. Couple spots where the terrain is a little uneven. And in the 5K, you're making 2 laps of this course. Couple hairpin turns as well. Just a little bit of history on the Chile Pepper Festival for the uninitiated. Kind of the germination of this all began in 1988 when Joe Fennell, Randy Ryan, and Kelly O'Meara, the Fayetteville High School cross-country coach, were out running. And Kelly mentioned that his cross-country budget was just $100. And in the days before development programs, there wasn't money for sports other than football and basketball. So Joe and Randy were shocked and decided to do something about it. They created the Chile Pepper Running Club, and from there, the Chile Pepper Run. It was originally held in May and consisted of a 10K open run only. And then the Chile Pepper Cross Country Festival was created in 1992, so 31 years ago, to bring together 3 Northwest Arkansas cross-country races under a single event or a single umbrella. And there is your first mile marker at about 5:31. And we'll give you some results here momentarily. Sarah Moorfield from Lucas Lovejoy. Keep in mind that Lucas Lovejoy is an absolute powerhouse. They're the #1 ranked team in the South region. And Lucas Lovejoy won this event last year over South Lake Carroll when the 2 sections were combined. So Lucas Lovejoy, Sarah Moorfield in first, Haley Loy, the aforementioned winner from last year, trying to become the first to repeat since Victoria Finley in 2016-2017. Loewe is in second, Bella Nelson of Owasso in third, MJ Novelli of Byron Nelson in fourth, Elise Wilms of Tolton Catholic in fifth, Natalie Dugan from Edmond Santa Fe in sixth, Margaret Thompson, the Hockaday School in seventh, and Madison Larson of Aledo in eighth. And now opening it up ever so slightly, that's Haley Loy from Bentonville, and Haley Loy bound and determined not only to defend her title, but to possibly improve on that 17:20.50 performance. And again, 2 numbers to remember here, 17:10.7, the top female effort in a high school race here, and 17:06.80, which is the overall fastest race, no matter what division. And Haley Loy looks as smooth as silk. The Tennessee commit just so smooth. She was very patient, took her time. So just a couple clarifications here. So Lucas Lovejoy has the early lead, 74 points. Again, we weren't certain until just before start time here who was running in what section, so apologies for not mentioning Lucas Lovejoy right off the bat. They're the 7th ranked team in the country, the #1 ranked team in the South. Byron Nelson in second, Bentonville in third, Aledo in fourth, and Olathe West Silver is in fifth. So in terms of these rankings by DieStat, Lucas Lovejoy, #7 in the country, Olathe West, #30 in the country. Olathe West ranked 3rd in the Heartland, Lucas Lovejoy ranked 1st in the South. And since they went to the 2-race format here, we just didn't get that information until shortly before the start of the race as to who was in which section. But all is well now, and certainly it's well for Haley Loy, who is just laying waste to this all-star field. And Lucas Lovejoy doing the same on the team side with almost a 70-point lead over Byron Nelson. So to give you an idea here, Lucas Lovejoy goes 1 with Moorfield, or excuse me, at mile 1. Moorfield was in the 1st position. Then Peyton Benson in the 12th position. Her sister Cameron, younger sister Cameron, in 13th. And then Bridget Bernal, another 10th grader, in 26th. And Kaylee Martin, yet another 10th grader, in 37th. So Lucas Lovejoy was really packing strong there. And although we're only, we're almost a little over halfway. It does look like Loewe, who has experience on this course, of course, looks to be somewhat of a runaway winner. And Lucas Lovejoy, not to be a killjoy here, but Lucas Lovejoy looks to be a runaway winner on the team side as well. This is an enormous lead for a race of this caliber and magnitude. But Loewe wants to take advantage of these low 60s conditions and put her name in the record books without a doubt.
Come on in.
So Loewe is picking up from yesterday's collegiate races where we just had kind of 4 races that were undramatic. And this one seems to be following suit. Loewe got a very even tempo going here. Some of these downhills help too, kind of get the juices flowing. As I mentioned, there's a little bit of an unevenness on the course. Some gravel, a little bit of dirt, as you can see, right on cue. Hitting a couple of those dirt spots. Better dirt than mud, though, if you're a runner. Some turns.
The top 3 finishes in the female age group, 20 to 29. In 3rd place, we've got Maya Bates.
And a very nice crowd. Last year, the crowd was over 7,000 meters. Now, that's the 7,000 in attendance. That's the 3.5 kilometer mark that Haley Loy just negotiated, and the ensuing downhill. She's running 5:24 pace at the moment. She passed 3.5 kilometers there in 11:45 flat.
Number 1 in the female age group, 30 to 39, we've got Haley Haynes.
So right now, 16:50 pace for Haley Loy, which would smash all the different course records that have been set here and also be the first race ever under 17 minutes. That's the kind of pace she's on. So giving her the benefit of the doubt here with no competition and that you would inevitably slow down a bit. She's got less than 4 minutes to go, and less than 4 minutes really for a date with history. Now, Sarah Moorfield of Lucas Lovejoy is still holding down the 2nd place position, but it's tight between her and Natalie Duggan of Edmond Santa Fe. And a little bit further back, MJ Novelli of Byron Nelson. Elise Wilms is in 5th. And then further back to Zoe Williamson of Harding Academy in 6th, Bella Nelson of Owasso in 7th, Morgan Kirkland of Edmond North in 8th, Margaret Thompson of the Hockaday School in 9th, and Peyton Benson in 10th. Now, let's talk about the team scores. Lucas Lovejoy, obviously in the catbird seat, as we know. And they are still updating those team scores here. Byron Nelson has held down 2nd here. Olathe West Silver now apparently in 3rd. Byron Nelson Novelli in 4th of their first runner. And then it's back to Raina Heiserer in 23rd. And Maggie Cuppett in 32nd. Lucas Lovejoy with about a 14-point lead over Byron Nelson. And meanwhile, our leader just absolutely hammering. She has over a 20-second lead, Haley Loy. Watch that clock in the bottom right hand of your screen. She's trying to become the first sub-17 runner ever in the 35-year history of this event. And it looks like she's got a pretty good chance to do so.
Congratulations, everybody. Congrats for placing, congrats for finishing, congrats for waking up and doing it this morning. Thank you, everybody, for coming out to this 35th annual Chile Pepper Saturday.
Haley Loy showing no signs of distress and now able to run in that shade on this mid-60-degree morning with a nicely groomed track to run on. What's interesting is that Haley Loy passed the first mile here in 5:31, and she has averaged 5:24 pace. So she actually picked up the pace from the first mile, which is not a bad way to run, doing negative splits like that. So now we're going to be looking very carefully here. We've got about 45 seconds. Can Haley Loy become the first high school athlete in history at the Chile Pepper Festival to break 17 minutes? From Bentonville High School here in Arkansas, and she is really pushing it here, and she makes the turn for home now. And the question is, can she do this? Can she run under 17 minutes? And we're going to see that finish line camera here shortly, and I think maybe somebody mentioned something to her. She is trying here to break 17 minutes and become the first athlete ever under 17. She's just gonna fall a little bit short, but she's going to break the meet record here. Haley Loy of Bentonville breaks all of the meet records with a fabulous finish here. We'll get the official results here momentarily. 17:031, so that smashes her best, the best ever by a high schooler in any race here, and the best by a high schooler in a high school race. And also finishing very strongly from Edmond, Natalie Duggan, the 11th grader. And now we'll keep a close look at what's happening on the team side as well.
Good job, good job.
So Duggan runs 17:39.6. Sarah Moorfield, Lucas Lovejoy's first finisher, 17:46.4 in third place. Now, as we look at the team machinations here, Lucas Lovejoy has first blood here with Moorfield. Results still coming in. MJ Novelli of Byron Nelson finished in 10th. Now, the Benson sisters really came through for Lucas Lovejoy. Senior Peyton in 12th, and Cameron, her 10th grade sister, in 13th. Alito has some nice packing too. Their top three, Madison Larson in 14th, Micah Neal in 17th, and Molly Garrison in 19th. Two 10th graders and a 9th grader for Alito. But at the top of that leaderboard, boy, did Haley Loy come through. The first repeat winner since 2016, 2017. And the number 7 ranked team in the country, Lucas Lovejoy, will have to see if they can hang on for the team victory here. So Madison Larson Madison Larson, who was 10th last year, she finished 14th this year for Alito. She was actually supposed to be in the second section, ended up in the first. Let's give you a quick team score here. Lucas Lovejoy, now Olathe West and Byron Nelson in a battle for second place here. Very tight as the results keep pouring in. Lucas Lovejoy with a 20-point lead over Olathe West, silver, and Byron Nelson. So Lucas Lovejoy did what it needed to do today on the team side, and certainly Haley Loy did what she needed to do on the individual side. Now Lucas Lovejoy's lead is about 37 points over Byron Nelson, with Olathe West just 3 points behind, as the results still coming in. Bentonville in 4th, Alito in 5th, Edmond North in 6th. So what a marvelous performance by Haley Loy. And Haley Loy, the new course record holder, standing bar with our own Chrissy Gear. Take it away, Chrissy.
Haley, I had the pleasure of interviewing you at this race last year, and I get to do it again, which is really cool, especially because there hasn't been a repeat women's champion since 2016, 2017. What does this mean to you, the fact that you get to kind of repeat on your excellence?
I mean, it means a lot, because I going into this race, I was kind of a little bit nervous at first. I was like, there's a lot of pressure on me, winning it last year. So I was just trying to keep myself calm and just be and then once I put myself back in the lead, I was just kind of I have to go for it again, you know. And so being able to come through the finish line just feels really, really good, a great accomplishment, because it's been something I've been looking forward to since it happened last year. So
your physical abilities are obviously very impressive. So is your mental ability. You just said you try to remain calm. What tips can you give people? How do you kind of maintain calmness when you go through that sort of pressure?
I just kind of just especially on bus rides, I just try to keep myself deep breathing, just kind of to calm my stomach and everything, and just be everything that you've done up until this point is already done. So just it just is up to the race day, and you'll see what happens. But just it's just comforting to me when I remind myself that I've already done everything I can do, and there's nothing I can change. Actually, that what happens on race day.
Well, it's a brilliant race. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And thank you both, Chrissy and Haley. Boy, I'll tell you what, if you are Sean Carlson, Nick Jacobson, Judy Pendergast, and Danny Kilray, you are pretty excited if you've watched this race on Runner Space. They're the 4 coaches for the distance runners of Tennessee, and this young lady is a flat-out blue-chip recruit. And Haley Loy, the fastest ever to run on this course, but we're not guaranteed yet that she's won this overall El Caliente, because we have another heat still to come. And ironically, we've got a couple of other studs in this next heat. For instance, Macy Winged beat Haley Loy by 21 seconds, if you can believe that, 2 weeks ago. And Macy Winged will be, or is scheduled to participate, I should say, in heat number 2. So the question is Macy Winged for real? A, and B, was that just a poor race for Haley Loy? But no poor race today for her. And Lucas Lovejoy, the number 7 ranked team in the country, they just look dynamite today with their packing. 110 points, 81 ahead of Olathe West, and Byron Nelson, a very fine performance in 3rd at 196. So just going over those Lucas Lovejoy finishers because they should be recognized. Sarah Moorfield leading the team there in 3rd. The Benson sisters, Peyton and Cameron, in 12th and 13th. And then back to Bridget Bernal, the 10th grader, in 32nd. And then finally, Kaylee Littlefield, the outstanding middle distance runner for Lucas Lovejoy. She was their 5th finisher. Kaylee Littlefield for Lucas Lovejoy, so she finished 52nd. She was the 5th runner for Lucas Lovejoy. She's a heck of a middle distance runner. And what a program they run over there at Lucas Lovejoy. Kaylee Littlefield last year as a junior ran 2:06.35 in the 800 and 4:45.03 in the 1500. And here she is, the number 5 runner on her cross-country team. I think that pretty much says it all. Kaylee won the UIL State 5A Championship in the 800. So what a team they have there at Lucas Lovejoy. Year after year after year, mind you. What a beautiful day in Fayetteville, Arkansas, hard by the University of Arkansas's campus. Haley Loy averaging 5:29 a mile. That's fully 11 seconds per mile faster than Natalie Duggan, who ran a very fine race for Edmond Santa Fe in 2nd. And just updating the team scores a little bit there. Lucas Lovejoy now with an 82-point lead over Olathe West. Byron Nelson there in 3rd, just 5 points back, and then 39 back to Bentonville, another 3 back to Aledo. Again, this is race 1 of 2. We'll combine these 2 sections to get our overall champions, but I think it's going to be pretty hard to trump Haley Loy. Even though Macy Winged beat her earlier in the year, I think it's going to be hard to trump her, and it's going to be hard to trump Lucas Lovejoy, the number 7 team in the country. But that's why they go out there and run, not for us pundits. The Caliente race 2 has 384 participants, so quite a bit bigger numbers-wise. And then Olathe West Blue will be participating in the race 2. So they have silver and blue. Macy Winged indeed entered in the 2nd section for Denton Braswell. So let's give you our team scores here momentarily. Give you the team scores. By the way, the Volkart sisters for Southern Boone will be ones to watch. If that high school rings a bell, it's where Connor Burns went. The 2nd fastest 5,000 meter runner in high school history, now at the University of Oregon. Southern Boone has got both Volkart sisters, Julia, the 9th grader, and Alex, the one that should be in that lead pack. And she is a 12th grader. So still runners coming across the finish line here, and everybody's a winner as far as I'm concerned. You're representing your school in one of the most prestigious cross-country meets in the country, and if you made your school's team, you are a winner. So all these finishers, and it means something, because you can be pushing other runners that you are fighting for the team battle further behind. Only 5 score, but your 6th and 7th and 8th runners can push other runners' other teams' top 5 runners back. So critically important to do your best and not give up. And one of the unique aspects of Runner Space Productions is we show all the finishers, and they, if they're out there on the course for as long as they've been, they have every right to get their day in the sun here at the finish line, and that's a trademark of Runner Space, along with that delightful pan at the start line where the kids get to show off a little bit of their personalities. None of them look too nervous. Boy, when I was on the start line as a runner, I was nervous beyond belief, but different generation, so to speak. And good for them. Have fun. That's what it's all about. So Haley Loy just again was the overall winner with a course record, 17:03. She became the first double winner since Victoria Finley of Blue Springs South in Missouri did in 2016, 2017. And if you're joining us just a little bit late, Bentonville's Haley Loy will be going to the University of Tennessee next year to compete for the Volunteers. And that's just section number 1, and fireworks right off the bat in the very first race of the day. So let's take a look at what should be close to final on our team scores. As you can see, Lucas Lovejoy, the number 7 team in the country, did not disappoint. Olathe West finishing second. They're the number 30th ranked team in the country, and they have another team running in the second section. Byron Nelson in third at 2:01. Bentonville 2:40. That's Haley Loy.